found the biggest scorpion. I think we gotta do a sting test. Here we go, buddy, come here. Oh, don't wanna take a sting yet. Here, I gotta corner him, Here we go. All right, here we go, ready? I got him. You guys see a shot? Got it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they can pinch really good. He's pinching me. When they pinch you, your first instinct is to let go of that tail, and that's exactly what the scorpion wants. So it can wield that stinger and inflict a painful punch. Ooh, but you just gotta fight through it. Eventually he'll relax and realize he's been caught. But look at the size of that scorpion. That is one serious arachnid. Let's see just how painful the giant hairy scorpion really is. Oh boy, would you take a look at that. Look at the size of that scorpion. And it is time for another sting test, this time with America's largest scorpion, the giant desert hairy. Now, we found the scorpion just feet away, right here at our Airbnb in Tucson, Arizona. In fact, check this out. We have a live studio audience today. Try to keep it down, guys. The giant desert hairy scorpion earns its name because it is truly giant. Most scorpions out here are a fraction of the size of this one. This is a truly huge arachnid with a stinger that is also giant. And this is a species that you would come across. If you lived in Arizona or you're out here adventuring, this is certainly an animal that can end up inside your house. I want to take a sting today to show you just how severe the sting from this scorpion truly is. And then we will know once and for all whether or not we need to be afraid of this hairy arachnid. We're also going to rank this sting on 3 factors: intimidation, pain, and aftermath, scoring each from 1 to 10, and then we will average the total to see where this scorpion rates on the brand new and official Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Boy, it is fired up and aggressive already. Holy cow, look at those pinchers. This scorpion is big enough to actually give you a sizable pinch, so when I first pick it up today, I'm gonna get walloped right off the bat. Now, before I get stung, let's talk about some of the things I brought with me for the test today. I brought with me some Sting Kill. I have never used Sting Kill on any of my sting tests before, so I thought, hey, it's in my pack, let's give it a shot with today's scorpion sting to see if this sting antidote actually relieves the pain from a scorpion. And then, of course, I always bring with me my first aid kit along with my EpiPen. Just in case I have some sort of severe allergic reaction to this venom, the EpiPen will save me in time to get to emergency services. So I always carry an EpiPen. Never attempt to do what I'm about to do. This is not a good idea. Yes, I think this is going to hurt very badly. Please do not attempt to do what you're about to see. I am definitely nervous. I am always nervous before I take a sting from a species for the first time, because until you take the venom firsthand, you never really know how bad it's going to be. So with that, I think it's time to get hands-on and release the beast. You guys ready? Got the shot? Okay. Careful. Whoa. Now I have to grab the scorpion without taking a sting. Man, it's fast. I'm gonna use this platform to help keep it on the table. All right, so the object here is to not get stung before I'm ready, but in order to tail the scorpion, I need to grab a segment right behind the telson, which is the stinger. And this is a one-shot deal. You do this wrong, you are getting stung almost instantly. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Got him. And then he's gonna try to pinch me. Those big pinchers. Yeah, he's got his pincher on me there. Right under my skin. Now, I have a good grip, and we can talk about how the scorpion feels. Its exoskeleton is very rigid and hard, almost as hard and tough as a crab or a lobster. So I am by no means gonna squish or hurt the scorpion by holding it like this. And yes, those pinchers can give you a wallop of a pinch. Yeah. One more time for good measure. Now, another kind of interesting thing is the face of this scorpion. You can see it has some eyes right here at the sides, and it has eyes right there in the center, similar to a spider. It gets its name, the giant desert hairy, not only because it's giant in size, but because it's also hairy. You can see the hairs off of all the appendages, and you can really see the hairs coming off the tip of the stinger there. You see that? And those hairs help the scorpion sense its environment. This is an arachnid, having 8 legs, related to spiders, but of course it has a much different defense mechanism than a spider. Spiders use fangs to inject venom. Scorpions inject venom with the stinger on their tail. Okay, I think it's time to talk about the business end of the scorpion. The sting of the giant desert hairy is delivered by the tip of the stinger, the telson, which has a venom gland within it that delivers its venom like a hypodermic needle. And this animal uses its sting as a means of defense and predation. This scorpion will be out hunting at night. Once it finds a prey item, which would be other small insects, arachnids, or even a small lizard, it would grapple it with those large pinchers and then inflict a painful sting, subduing its prey so they could be eaten alive. But in this sting test, it will be using its stinger as a defense mechanism against my hand, just like any would-be predator. Okay, it's time to go hand to stinger with America's largest species of scorpion. You guys ready?
We're ready, Mark.
So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to cover the scorpion with my hand, my left hand, and I'm going to release the stinger. When I do that, this scorpion is going to instantly go into defense mode and rapidly sting me with that tail. And I can tell you right now, this scorpion is fired up. It is ready to go. It's pinched me multiple times, and it means business. You guys ready for this? I'm looking at the tip of that stinger right now. On 3. 1, 2, 3. He's pinching me. Oh my God, the venom spray, did you see that? It's stuck there. I had to pull the stinger out, it was stuck under my skin, and I got sprayed by venom. Did you guys see that pool of venom? Oh my gosh. All right, here, I gotta put this back. Oh yeah, that was a full burst. I definitely got dosed, and it burns. You see it's already starting to get red around my knuckle. It's starting to burn really bad. Hang on. Oh yeah. I cannot believe how much venom just sprayed out of the tail like that. I didn't know it could spray, and it does burn. Holy smokes. Yeah, this whole area is a little inferno right there, all around my knuckle. Man, that is so much different than I expected it to be. I expected the stinger to just pop, like whap me. It like scooped up underneath my skin, and I had to literally pull the stinger out. Oh man, that burns. Yeah, that burns real good. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes, and you can see that I'm definitely getting some swelling going. We're gonna continue to monitor this sting, but now it's time to officially rank this sting. For an intimidation factor, seeing that huge tail jab me over and over and all that venom spraying out was super intimidating, so I give it an 8 out of 10. The pain was somewhere between a hornet and a bee sting. I'd rate it a 4 out of 10. For the aftermath, it wasn't so bad. The pain afterwards is very manageable, especially after applying some sting kill, so I give it only a 3 out of 10. Combined, this scorpion rates it a 4.3 on the brand new official Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. That is easily the gnarliest sting I have ever taken in terms of seeing the stinger go in and get stuck. I've never had to pull a stinger out like that before. That was wild. But in terms of should we be afraid of this animal, I don't think we should be any more afraid of the giant desert hairy scorpion than we are of your common bee or wasp. We're searching the Sonoran Desert of Arizona to find these tarantulas. This desert is teeming with all sorts of venomous creatures, and the best time to find them is after dark. The sun is finally set, headlamp is on. This headlamp is going to be the main tool that I use tonight to find one of these tarantulas. So I'm gonna use my headlamp to sweep from side to side. There's not a lot that gives away other than just getting a light right on the tarantula itself. And then comes the tricky part, actually catching one. I also have a snake hook with me tonight, which could come in handy in catching a tarantula. But the main reason I have it is because this is prime rattlesnake territory. There's a lot more things crawling around out here than just big spiders. These spiders are out tonight hunting, but if they're near their hole, they'll quickly tuck back in. If I don't get close enough in time, it's pretty much game over and we'll have to find a new tarantula to catch. Whoa, we got a rattlesnake right there. You see it coiled up? Right there. Back up a little bit, guys. That is a western diamondback rattlesnake. Now, it is not a big one. This is a juvenile, but it is still capable of inflicting a very serious bite. You can use a snake hook to move snakes out of our way, just like this. Let the snake go, and we keep searching for spiders. Yes. It's a great sign that we're seeing all these venomous creatures out on the hunt. This desert is coming alive.
Put a scorpion right at your foot.
Look at this. Desert hairy scorpion right there. Let's see if I can grab it. Best way to do this is just to grab right at the top knuckle so it can't sting me. Let's see if we can get him to calm down. Stay buddy, stay buddy. Come on. There we go, that's good. Oh. Got him. Oh yeah, he's pinching me. All right, here we go. Let's see, show you what we got here. That is a pretty good size giant desert hairy scorpion, the largest species of scorpion in the United States. Luckily, I've got a good grip on its stinger there, but you can see there's even a little bit of venom starting to come out of the tip of it. If you don't grab these guys correctly, they will give you a pretty good pop. You can see why they call them the desert hairy. Look at all the hairs all over its body. It doesn't get much cooler than these large scorpions. All right, let's put them back and keep looking for those tarantulas. Scorpions and tarantulas are out here hunting the same food. I have a feeling we're closing in on our giant spider. Oh, I got a spider right there. Let's go. All right, got my container. Let's see if we can get a catch. Okay, its hole's right here. Going to need to move in carefully. That is a big male. Oh no, I lost it. Hang on, maybe I can coax it back out. Oh no. Ah, lost it. Wait, hang on. It's still there. I got it back. I got it back. Snake hook is coming in clutch. Okay, coax it this direction. See it rearing its abdomen up. Okay, oh, just bit the snake hook. Here we go, guys. Got it. Got it. Here we go. Woo! Oh, buddy. That is a good one. Big male desert blonde tarantula. After a little bit of searching and a little bit of luck that we brought the snake hook, we got ourselves our tarantula for the bite test. All right, I'll take it back in. Let's go, guys. Yes! As fate would have it, as we were heading back to start setting up for the bite test, we saw an even bigger spider. Oh, another tarantula. This one looks bigger. Oh yeah, okay. Let's try to catch this one too. All right, I don't know how close it is to its hole, but I'm gonna go in for the catch. Here we go. Holy cow, that is a huge freaking spider, guys. Wow. Cha-cha-cha. Ho, 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 ho! Oh, that is the specimen we have been after. That is a truly huge tarantula. I did not expect this. Not one, but two huge desert blonde tarantulas. What we have here are a male and a female. And unfortunately for me, I think this video just turned from a tarantula bite test to a tarantula bite comparison. And I'm sure you are as curious as I am which of these two spiders has the more painful bite. It's time to find out. I am definitely nervous. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Two full-grown desert blonde tarantulas. And the table is now set for the ultimate spider bite test. here in the Sonoran Desert. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. What I'm about to do is a bad idea. Please do not attempt to recreate what you're about to see in this video. We have two tarantulas here in front of us. We have a male and the female, which we found unexpectedly. I think it is worth doing a bite test comparison to see which bite is more ferocious, because these spiders live very different lives from each other. Females actually live for a lot longer. We're talking 25 years for a female tarantula and only 5 to 10 years for a male. Females tend to bunker down. They stay a lot more localized to their nests, where the males are much more nomadic and predatory. I have a suspicion that we have a very different bite profile to these two spiders, and we are going to put that to the ultimate test. Let's take a closer look at Arizona's largest spider. Ladies first. In order to get some really good footage of the spider, I'm going to move it into this glass dome, and of course we don't want our spider to get away. All right, delicate little procedure here. Wow. There we go, perfect, perfect, perfect transfer. Oh my goodness. The fangs on these spiders are enormous. It's not just going to be the venom that I'm up against today. We're talking actual puncture wounds from fangs that large. In terms of what they're out here hunting and eating, pretty much anything that they can grapple onto. They are very strong spiders, and of course, possessing those large fangs, they could subdue a variety of prey. Even small lizards would be a good meal for a spider this size. The females tend to be a little bit bigger than the males. They are called a desert blonde tarantula, predominantly because you can see those hairs and just how blonde they are in the middle. But that is a full-grown desert blonde tarantula. The best way to probably go about doing this is for me to grab it by its carapace, the top of the head of the spider, and I'm gonna try to pin it, grab it, and then I'll be able to show you the fangs and of course inflict the bite right here on my thumb. All right, brought a couple things with me today. I have a large pair of tweezers. Of course, we always bring first aid kit. The thing I need the most is the EpiPen. The worst outcome that can happen besides the pain that I'm about to experience is an allergic reaction. I think it's time to take the first of 2 bites from a tarantula. Okay, here we go. Now the females are known for being a little more docile than the males. Beyond, oh, easy girl, easy girl. Back, back, back. So you see how it's rearing its abdomen up right there? Beyond their capability to inflict bites, they also possess another defense mechanism, which is to flick the hairs off their abdomen. Females are rumored to be less aggressive, but this one looks ready to bite. And what I'm trying to do right now is to get a good hold on the carapace. This is the safest way for me to hold it for both me and the tarantula. There we go. Oh, geez. Okay, that made my heart jump. Okay. The spider just wants to come right at me. Oh my gosh. Did you hear that? That is the sound of spider fangs scraping the table. Okay. Look at the size of those fangs. And their fangs are retractable, just like a snake. And they are thick. We're talking some very large fangs. Those are going to pop holes in my skin for sure. Gotta get up a lot of nerve to do this. Okay, I've got a good grip on the spider. I'm gonna go for it. On 3. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to take a bite from Arizona's largest spider, the desert blonde tarantula. On 3. 1. I'm so nervous. 2. 3. Spider's fangs are on my skin. Ah! Yep, got me. You can see there's a little blood right there. Only popped 1 fang through. I think I gotta take a better bite, guys. It wasn't a good enough bite. All right, I'm gonna do 1 more. Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that time it got me. That time it got me good. Oh my God. That freaked me out. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hang on, let me get the spider back. Get back in there, girl. Get back in there. Yeah, see right there. See that? Definitely burns. Oh my gosh, my adrenaline is like firing right now, guys. I feel like my soul just jumped out of my body. That is the most freaked out I've been around an animal. And it definitely burns. Oh man. My neck, okay? Yeah. My neck is like seized up. It's like I've got a cramp right here. I don't know if it's from the bite or if it's from just the nerves and the tension. Oh my gosh. I think it's nerves. I don't think it's from the venom. Definitely burns. It's definitely a burning sensation. I had to really try hard to get that spider to bite me. I want to point that out, that this spider did not want to bite, but that was not an aggression bite, for sure. Okay, I think I'm good enough to do another bite. I think it's time to bring in the second tarantula and see if the male can inflict a more aggressive bite wound, which I have a feeling that's gonna happen. Males are known to be more aggressive, and that's why I wanted to do a bite test here. Much darker in coloration than the female too. Not looking forward to this. And my hand still burns from that first bite. Okay, come here. Come here, you. Come here, you. Okay. Got a pin. Oh my gosh. Way stronger. Way stronger. Way more aggressive. Look at it attacking. Got it. Oh boy, that was tough. Okay. There you have it. The male desert blonde tarantula. Here are the fangs. You can see just as terrifying as the female spider. You can see there's even venom on these. Okay, on 3. I'm about to take my second bite, this time from a male and much more aggressive desert blonde tarantula. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Just waiting for the bite to come. You see, he does not want to bite me.
It's not as angry as the female.
No. Big reaction is that these animals do not want to bite me. So while we've given this spider plenty of opportunity to inflict a bite, you can see it really has no intent to do me any harm. And frankly, it should be a lot more afraid of me than I am of it. So I hope after watching this video, we all have learned some important lessons about Arizona's largest spider. Even though these spiders are large and admittedly pretty creepy, we really have no reason to fear them. And honestly, their venom isn't that strong because spiders this large tend to use their strength to overtake their prey. They don't want to bite you, and even if they do, it's really not that bad. All right, let's let our spiders back off into the desert. So today, I am back in the state of Arizona to take on the sting of the one and only tarantula hawk. Let's get searching. The last 5 times I have come to Arizona, I have not been able to catch one of these giant spider wasps. But today's different. It's different because we've been tipped off to a well-known tarantula hawk hotspot. Let me explain to you why this is a great location for tarantula hawks. Reason number 1, water. In the desert, water is life, and it grows flowering plants, just like this one. You see all these honeybees fast at work? This is exactly the same type of plant that tarantula hawk is going to be after. They eat nectar. So I think the best strategy for us today is to walk laps around this pond, keeping our eyes to the sky and our ears open. These wasps are so huge that you can actually hear them buzzing in through the air. They're like little fighter jets. Zzz. If we can find one perched up like this butterfly right here, that is going to present the perfect opportunity for me to swoop in with the net. Here we go. Desert's waking up. Got the hummingbirds out now. I think that was a tarantula hawk actually that just flew by. Big one.
Really?
Dang, yeah. Just saw one. Saw my first tarantula hawk. it just went way into the desert, like no chance. But that was definitely one. They really stand out from the other insects and things flying around out here. I mean, we're talking about a wasp 2 inches long. Today's the day. I can feel it. Today is the day it's gonna change. It's just a matter of patience and persistence. Let's keep hiking around this pond. Got one? Oh. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Oh!
Where is it?
No, no, right here, right here.
Yep.
There it is.
Yep.
Oh no!
That is one. That is definitely one. Oh my gosh. I can see its bright orange wings and it's huge. That is really high though. That is like 12 feet. I just can't. I can't get that high. It just comes down. Dang it.
The drought continues.
We just have to find the right one.
Yeah, at least this guy's catching stuff out here. Oh, right here, right here, right here, Bart. Whoa! That was huge.
I got one. Right here. Right here. Got it.
Oh!
Yes! Yes! Oh my goodness. And that is a good one too. Oh, yeah, baby. All right. Can't get too excited. It's got to get in the jar to be officially a catch. Okay. Yeah! Yes! I cannot believe that catch. That was so epic. What a fitting way to end the drought of catching tarantula hawks. Oh my gosh, guys. I was like, man, if this doesn't happen today, I don't think it's ever gonna happen. And now, unfortunately, this victory, this victorious moment I'm feeling is about to turn into a world of pain because I've set the table for me to enter the sting zone with one of the colossals of sting, the tarantula hawk. Whew. Let's go set up the sting table. Here we go, it's game time. Oh my gosh, guys. Look at the size of that tarantula hawk. That is a massive tarantula hawk. And I have to say, I have not been this amped for a sting video in a very long time. We have put in the work to feature the tarantula hawk on the Bite Sting Index, and today it's going down. But before we get into that, check this out. Not only did I catch one tarantula hawk, I caught two. And the reason I want to show you both of these insects is because although they look similar, they are very different. And it's important for you to know the difference if you're ever out here in the Southwest and encounter one of these giant flying insects. And the way I'm going to show you how they're different is by demonstrating. Here we go. You ready? You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay. And get out the second tarantula hawk from the container. Here we go. You ready? This is one of those moments where you really hope you're right about what you've learned. 1, 2, 3. No sting. And that is because what I'm holding here is a male tarantula hawk, and they do not possess a stinger. Now, the reason why the males do not possess stingers, and this is true in almost all stinging insects, is because a stinger is really just a modified appendage for laying eggs. Now, besides not having a stinger, the only other way to tell the difference between the male and female tarantula hawks are by looking at their antenna. Males have straight antenna, where females curl at the ends. And while side by side, it's also easy to see that females are larger, you typically will never see more than one tarantula hawk at a time. So checking for those antennae is the best way to know if you're looking at a harmless insect versus one that packs one of the most intense stings on the planet. I'm actually gonna transfer her into a bigger glass so we can really see, so she can spread all the way out. And you can see how truly gargantuan this wasp is. Okay, there we go. Wow. Oh my goodness. What a monster wasp. Guys, look at the size of that abdomen. This is the biggest tarantula hawk I have ever seen. Now, the reason they're called a tarantula hawk is because how they reproduce. These enormous wasps, one of the largest wasps in the world, feed tarantulas to their young. And the way they do that is they will fly around the desert looking for these giant spiders. Once they find one, they will swoop down like a bird of prey, catch it, sting it, paralyzing the tarantula, and then lay eggs inside of it. So when those eggs hatch, the very first meal of a tarantula hawk's life is a giant spider. And then they will emerge from the burrow as a fully grown wasp and feast on nectar. I've seen these wasps dragging spiders across the desert 10 times their size. It's truly unbelievable just how powerful the tarantula hawk can be. And the last thing I just want to note before we get into the sting test is look at the legs of this wasp. They are extremely long. In fact, when you see them flying through the air, you can see those long legs dragging down behind them. And the reason they need to have such long legs is so they can grapple those spiders and inflict that paralyzing sting. They're also covered in tiny hairs. Got some hairy legs there, lady. Well, now that we know why it's called a tarantula hawk, and we've been able to take a closer look, I think it's time for the moment that you all came for. It's time for me to enter the sting zone with one of the largest wasps on the planet. Here we go. All right. I often get questions, Mark, are you just over the fear of stings by now? No. I always get a lot of anxiety before taking a sting for a first time, especially when it's one of the titans of sting. The tarantula hawk sting is notorious. It's put right up there with the bullet ant. And when it comes to stings that I personally witnessed, I cannot think of one more terrifying than when I saw someone get stung by a tarantula hawk. As much as I've been working hard with the team to find one of these tarantula hawks for this sting test, in this moment, whoo buddy, I'm feeling the nerves. The sooner I take the sting, the sooner I get to healing. That I know for sure. All right, I'm getting the signal. You guys ready?
Yeah.
It's go time. All right, guys, this is gonna be one of the biggest stings I ever go through. Got essential first aid on standby, the EpiPen. Oh my gosh. I can't believe the moment has arrived for me to enter the sting zone with this wasp. This is big time. Okay guys, here we go. Now, I'm gonna rate the sting of this wasp on 3 different factors: intimidation, pain, and aftermath. So at the end of this video, this tarantula hawk is going to receive a BSI score, and it will rate it against all the other stings and bites that I've ever taken. Will it top the bullet ant? It's time to find out. Gonna remove the glass. Oh man, this is where it'd be very easy for me to take a sting too early. Those legs are so strong. Like if I don't get the right hold right away, it's almost no chance. Shaking. So nervous right now. Gosh, this is always so much harder than it looks. Got it, hold. All right, I'm gonna have to use another set. Oh my gosh, look at how big that stinger is, guys. So strong. Got it. Good hold. All right, I gotta go for the sting, guys. Ready? I'm Mark Binns, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the one and only tarantula hawk. You guys ready? Got your shots? On 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, hang on. I'm feeling lightheaded. I feel like I might pass out. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
You want me to put the jar on it right now?
No, I'm just, hold on, just let me get my nerves going. My legs are shaking, my hands are shaking. I feel like my stomach's in my throat right now. I've never felt this like this before, Sting. This is like next level terror. Oh my gosh, this is happening. All right, here we go. All right, guys, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Stinger's hit! Stinger's hit! Oh God, I didn't get a good sting though. I gotta do it again. Oh, that hurts. It didn't get good. It didn't get me good. 1, 2, 3. Oh! Oh! Ah! Ah! Oh, it's damaging me! Ah, yeah! Yeah! Ah! 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 Oh! Oh, yeah! Ah! Oh my gosh, look how quickly it's swelling! Ah! 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 It's white hot! White hot! Ah! Ah!
You alright, man?
Oh, it's bad. It's really bad. She got me. She got me a bunch of times before the real sting. With the real sting went in, it was so bad. Describe the pain. White hot. It's like gasoline under the skin, just torched. It's like someone put a match right on it. That's the real deal. Look at the swelling already. Matter of seconds, it's already swelling up. All right, guys. I feel like my voice is going. All right. Well, I've survived so far. I don't think I need the EpiPen, but my voice is shot. And I think it's now time for me to recover, endure the aftermath, and for you guys to know exactly where this red clock rates on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Rolling. For intimidation, it's hard to imagine a wasp or any insect more intimidating than the tarantula hawk. But just in case I ever find one, I'll give it a 9.9 out of 10. For pain, it was way up there compared to the worst stings I've experienced. Instant flares of pain rocked my arm and underneath the skin. And the only reason I took repeated stings was to make sure I took a full dose, which I'm sure glad I did for the sake of this index, because that last sting was 10 times as painful as the first 8 or so warning pops. All of that said, I don't feel it was quite as bad as a bullet ant, so it only gets an 8.6 out of 10 for pain. For aftermath, the swelling was severe. My arm ballooned up and the redness extended from my wrist all the way down to my elbow. And the pain lasted for over 24 hours, but was much less severe after just about 30 minutes. However, it was followed by days of very intense itching before it started to properly heal. For that, the aftermath gets an 8.5 out of 10, giving the tarantula hawk a grand score and BSI rating of a 9, making it the second worst sting I have rated so far, and just barely falling short of the current king of sting, the bullet ant. Needless to say, while tarantula hawks are typically non-aggressive, you should never attempt to do what you saw in this video. Take it from me, it was a very painful experience I hope to never have again. Ouch. Holy crap, are you guys rolling? Look at this. That is a CowKiller. We literally were out here filming me getting stung by a giant desert hairy scorpion, and we were taking a break, and I came over to this pasture and I saw this CowKiller scurrying around. Oh, they're fast. They're super fast. Got it. Woo! All right, I think it's my turn to go arm to stinger with one of the most painful stinging insects on the planet. The CowKiller of Arizona. Let's go, guys. The CowKiller is what the velvet ant is called in the United States because they are often found in cow pastures, and their sting is said to be so horrible that it's painful enough to kill a cow. We don't even have to set up the sting table. It's already set up. Luckily, the sting of that giant desert hairy scorpion wasn't that bad. Oh my God, the venom spray, did you see that? Oh. So, I'm gonna be able to hopefully endure one more before we head home. This is the insect responsible for our most famous viral video ever, with over 83 million views. But I haven't yet taken the sting from this one. Okay, let me get back here.
You all right?
And not only am I going to attempt this sting test, but I will also be putting the most famous sting in Brave Wilderness history on our brand new and improved Bite Sting Index, where I will rank this sting on intimidation, pain, and aftermath, ranking each from 1 to 10, and then taking the average score to see where the CowKiller falls on the official Brave Wilderness BSI. So the first impressions of this CowKiller, which is a velvet ant, is that it looks a lot different than the CowKiller that stung coyote years ago. It has the exact same patterning and fur, but instead of a red abdomen, it has almost like a burnt orange coloration. And that's the cool thing about velvet ants. They come in a variety of shapes, patterns, and colors. And velvet ant species can be found all over the Americas, but I happen to think the ones here in the southwestern United States are some of the coolest looking of all the species. It's called a velvet ant, but it's not a species of ant at all. In fact, it is a wingless wasp. The males of this species actually have wings and fly around, but they don't have stingers. Only the female velvet ants have stingers, so we know because this one doesn't have wings, it's definitely gonna be able to give me a sting. Now, I have been stung by another species of velvet ant before, the panda ant, where I was the first person to ever document being stung by this species down in Chile. Ooh, yeah, okay. Definitely took a really good sting and a bite. I saw a lot of the comments. People were asking, hey, how does that stack up to the velvet ant in Arizona? And I didn't know because I've never been stung by one. Well, I'm about to find out, and so are all of you. Oh man, the reality of this just set in. I have the sting kill out. I will treat this sting with the sting kill as well. This is not a paid ad. This is just something I'm curious about. Of course, I've got an EpiPen just in case I have any kind of crazy allergic reactions. This is a first aid device that will help me get to emergency medical attention should I need it. Hopefully this is just a lot of pain and we don't have to go down that route. And with that, let's get a look at the stinger of this insect. So this is always the tricky part, getting a grip. And they're called the indestructible insect because their exoskeleton, their body, is so strong. It is way stronger than most insects. So I'm not gonna be able to crush it or hurt it whatsoever. Oh, you guys hear that? I already heard something that I was curious about. These insects have the ability to actually emit a squeak that's called stridulation. It's a warning distress signal, an alarm siren, if you will. And this one, I just heard it. Hear that? You guys hear it? Get your cameras close. You'll be able to hear it. Not quite as noisy as the panda ant, but you can definitely hear it. But don't worry, I'm not hurting this insect at all. Now the stinger, look at how long it is. Oh my gosh, look at that stinger. The stinger of the CowKiller is one of the longest stingers of all insects. In fact, to the body size ratio, it has the longest stinger of any stinging insect on the planet. Wow. And because this one is bigger, that stinger is much larger than the panda ant I was stung by in Chile. Wow, that stinger is seriously large. Okay, I think it is time to test out the sting of this fuzzy little insect. Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
Okay, first thing I want to do is I want to attempt to let the CowKiller sting me on its own. In order to do that, we're gonna put it back in the container and I'm going to just place it right on the usual spot. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh boy, I can feel the fuzz. Oh, abdomen's like right against my skin. This is nerve-wracking. I can see the CowKiller's trying to get out of the glass. Just as I thought, not gonna sting on its own. Here we go, I'm gonna flip it over. Woo! All right, hang on. Whew. That'll get your nerves going. Whew. Okay. All right, so you don't really need to worry about taking a sting from this insect unless you really antagonize it by trying to grab it or hold it with a pair of forceps and let it sting you that way, which is what I'm about to do next, because I'm very curious how it stacks up to the velvet ants of South America. Moment's setting in that I'm actually gonna take a sting. All right, let's get a good grip. Just gonna get it right on the back there. There we go. Okay, it's getting warm. She's getting fired up. You can see where I had the glass placed earlier to prove that she wasn't gonna sting on her own, but she's definitely gonna sting me now. That stinger is firing. You guys got your shot? I'm gonna do it right in the center of that sting zone. All right, I'm Mark Benz, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the velvet ant, the CowKiller of the Southwest. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Ah, she's biting me. Nothing yet. I got that stinger. Oh yeah. Oh, wow. Oh. Whoa, way. Oh. Yeah, stinger's in. Wow. Yeah, that is way worse than the panda ant. Way worse.
What's it feel like, Mark?
Oh, it burns. It really burns. Here, I'm gonna put her back. Yeah, that burns. That definitely burns. She nailed me right there. See that? See that red spot? Oh man, that is gonna swell. That is searing pain. Way worse than the panda ant. Like times 10 worse. That is a for real sting. Holy moly. Yeah, that's one of the better ones I've taken. It is, hang on. Wow, I got hit 3 times. 1, 2, 3, the worst one being right there in the middle. And I felt that stinger go all the way in. I mean, probably like at least a 1/4 inch underneath the skin. You can see that there's a little bit of a blood spot, a little bit of redness there from like some hemorrhaging underneath the skin, but you can really see the blotchiness starting to go. I can already tell you right now, the swelling from this tomorrow is going to be so much worse than it is right now, but right now I'm feeling the effects of the venom, the pain, and it is time for me, I think, to get a little bit of sting kill on this sting. Let's go. Hopefully help cool down the burn I'm feeling on my skin. Oh yeah, that's like a dull pain. Cool relief though. Yeah, this sting is way more powerful than the panda ant. I don't know if it's a size thing or if it's just generally the Southwest velvet ants, the CowKillers are just that much more painful, but that was a wallop. I'm glad to have a little something to help put out the burn from that pain. I can tell you right now though, tomorrow is gonna be the worst day of this. We're gonna have to monitor this thing for the next 24 to 48 hours. I am by no means out of the woods. And now it's time to break down this sting and give the CowKiller its official ranking on the Bite Sting Index. For intimidation, I give the CowKiller a 7.5 out of 10. Even though they are fuzzy and colorful, once you see that stinger all the way out, all bets are off and you know it means business. As for pain, I was super shocked by this one because I thought it would be at least similar to the panda ant. I was definitely wrong. It was many times worse, so I give it an 8 out of 10. Lastly, the aftermath. The swelling and the pain spike big time in the hours following the sting and well into the next day. While it is by no means a bullet ant, it definitely hurts for a good long while, and I would say the aftermath is much worse than the sting itself, giving it an 8.5 out of 10. That total score gives the CowKiller an official BSI rating of an 8. That is the highest ranking so far, and a lot of bang pow for such a tiny creature. One of the most painful insect stings on the planet. Now, I really want to put this animal on the bite sting index, but the only problem is I've been searching for warrior wasps for days, and the only nest I've been able to find is all the way at the top of that tree. So if we're gonna catch a warrior wasp, it's gonna be a real challenge. We're not giving up. Let's see if we can get down to the base of the tree to see, one, if it's climbable at all. Two, if we can maybe makeshift an extra long bug net. This is an extended pole. Here, check this out. Look how long this gets.
Whoa, it just keeps going.
Yeah, I think that's fully extended. All right, yeah, see if we can attach this simple bug net to the end of this pole. Maybe I can climb up high enough is my thought, and I can swoop it down. This nest is easily 30 feet off the ground. I think I see it. Let's get under here and check it out. No, this is not looking good. That nest is 40, 50 feet up.
Only we could just fly up there.
Fly up there. Huh. Fly up there. How much do you think that weighs?
Well, that's really light. It's only a few grams.
It's light, right?
Really light.
Okay. I think I have a crazy idea. Let's get back up so we can get advantage of the nest. I've got a new plan. Let's go. All right. I think this could work. My thinking is because there is nothing in front of the nest and there's enough space there, I might be able to attach this net to a drone, and maybe with enough attempts, we catch one in the net. But let's get the drone out, man. This is it. We're gonna give it a shot. All right, get a little warm. Sun's coming out. Take that jacket off. Got some tape, set of pliers, got our net, a little bit of very thin twine, but very strong. And then of course we got an older drone. Yes, this drone has already seen a couple of bumps and bruises. I want this net to essentially trail behind the drone like this. Okay, first things first, let's get a piece of string long enough. Got it. That is some strong string. Okay, I think something just like that. That's gonna do it. That's where we want it. Right in the center, right there. Okay. Now here's the thing. You only have one net. Gotta make sure it's really on there. Not to mention it's gonna have to stay in place. And no, in case you're wondering, I've never attempted anything like this before. This is a first. That's done, okay. Let's see how this looks. So this is the idea. And you guys are gonna let me know if you see any warrior wasps in the net, because as soon as we have a few, or at least one in the net, I'm gonna zing it back down, hit the deck as soon as we can. Hopefully it lands just like that, and then come up warrior wasp ready for a sting test. That's the plan anyway. I have no idea whether or not this is actually going to work. Let's give it a shot.
This might just work, Mark.
If this works, this will be the first time anyone has ever caught a warrior wasp with a drone. Here goes nothing. I'm just gonna record. All right, here we go. All right, fingers crossed. Clear? All right. That's a good sign. Here we go. What we're trying to do is unprecedented. Let me just go up high. I want to see if this I mean, I think that works, guys.
It's working pretty
really
good.
well. I'm impressed.
Ooh, that was bad. You got to go slow. So speed is not good.
Slow and steady.
There's no real prize for being fast here. This is surgical. It's like playing a game of Operation. Oh man, this is cool. All right, I've got eyes on the warrior wasp nest. Looks like the clearest path is like right here. You guys tell me if you see me hitting anything with the net.
Okay, we got our eyes on it.
Okay, I'm going in. First pass. There it is. Okay. All right, definitely, I could see a warrior wasp on the nest. I have not gotten a swarm yet. All right, they're starting to come out. I gotta turn on sport mode. There it goes. Okay. I didn't want to do that until I got close enough. I am right there, guys. They're not swarming. That net's right there though.
If you could somehow get that net to swing, I think one will get inside.
Like rock it back and forth. It's right there at the entrance, isn't it? Danger zone. All right, I'm gonna see if we got anything. Okay.
Okay.
Coming out. All right. Dropping the net. All right, nothing. All right, should we go back in for another pass?
Right next to you.
Where?
Right there.
Holy cow, that is a warrior wasp. See if I can go catch it.
Okay.
No, it evaded me. Oh man, that was definitely one. Good eye, whoever saw that. I feel like this is meant to be, guys. I feel like we can do this. Gosh, it's like I'm getting excited about getting stung. All right, here we go. Let's try going for another swing. Really want to get on this side. That's the clearest angle. Really don't want to be in sport mode until I get close. This is actually like pretty nice to have this obstacle avoidance right now. Keeps me like off of the tree. So I can just get in there and then I can go manual. All right, going manual. Now I'm seeing, oh yeah. There's a lot more warrior wasps hanging out on that nest right now. Oh, I see a swarm. One just flew. Okay, they're starting to come investigate the drone, and that is exactly what we want to happen. Come on, just one. Just need one. I'm gonna try to raise the net up, point the camera down, because that's about where the net should be. Oh yeah, I saw another one fly. This is good. Damn, the net is swinging the wrong way. Oh, it's right there. It's right there. There's definitely more. See that?
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. Oh no. Gotta get a wasp right now, or it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna try to swing the net around a few more times, but we're almost out of battery. If you can't already tell from all the beeping. Jeez. That's it, I've gotta bring it back. Maybe we got one, you never know. Just need one. Guys, I think there's something in there. I see something in there. There's definitely something in there. Watch out, watch out. Where's the other net? It's still there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I think we got one. I think we got it. Land, 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 land. Yes! Is that? Oh my gosh, we got one! Woo! Oh my goodness. Hang on. Yes, that is a warrior wasp. Oh my gosh. Yes! Yes! All right, hang on, let me get it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, hang on. Let me get in the jar. Let me get in the jar. Come on. Come here, don't you go anywhere. Oh man, all right. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, get in there. Get in there, get in there. Oh, guys, it worked. Yeah, baby. Mwah. Yes, that might be the most amazing catch I have ever had in my whole career. Holy cow. Yes, all right. Oh my gosh, guys, high five. Holy cow. Yes. Yes! I cannot believe that we actually pulled that off. That's the world's first ever catch of any insect that's to my knowledge with the drone. This warrior wasp is like, what the heck just happened? Oh my goodness. Now it's time for me to take a sting and officially rate the warrior wasp on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Let's set up the table, get this over with. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe that we actually pulled that off. We have set up the warrior wasp to enter the Bite Sting Index rankings on Brave Wilderness. Holy cow, I cannot believe it. All right, let's get some supplies out. We don't need this net anymore. I'm gonna keep that on standby though, just in case our wasp decides to make a run for it. Here we go, a few supplies that I need. Got my forceps, there we go. Can't do a sting test without an EpiPen. So just got a new epinephrine pen, and I got an arm. I got this arm. I'm gonna do this arm. I took a sting on this arm yesterday, so we're gonna use a blank canvas for this warrior wasp. This is one of the most infamous stings in the world. This is going to be a first time for me, and you can see right here, look at this. This warrior wasp is getting ready. It's staring me down right now. And these are notorious for being some of the most aggressive wasps. They will defend their nest with their lives, just like a swarm of bees. These wasps will swarm any would-be predator. In fact, they give a warning sign where they beat their wings together, and it can actually create the sound of drums. They're called the drumming wasp as another name. But this wasp, we know all too well as the warrior wasp. Ready to go, ready for battle. And I think that it's ready to enter the Bite Sting Index officially. So we have come up with a brand new sting index that we're going to rank all the world's worst venomous bites and stings on. And instead of coming up with just a pain factor, I have taken so many stings that I could tell you that it's not just the sting that you need to take into consideration. We are ranking this on 3 main factors. We have intimidation, pain, aftermath, all rated from 1 to 10, and then we add them all up and take an average to give the insect or arachnid the official Bite Sting Index for Brave Wilderness. Now, the warrior wasp is intimidating. It is all black, it has an iridescent shine, very menacing mandibles, and almost a fighter jet type appearance. When it flies through the air, you can actually see its abdomen sticking up in the air. It's almost like a harrier flying in to feast or defend. And that is why these insects possess such a painful sting. They are famous for their aggression to protect their nest. So when it comes to intimidation factor, I'd say it's pretty tough to get a taller rating on intimidation. As far as pain, I've never taken a sting, so I'm gonna give it a fair and honest assessment as to how bad the sting actually feels. And then of course, the aftermath. The aftermath of the sting is, I think, the most unique part of the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index, because it's often not the initial pain that really gets you. It's the days of healing from the damage. And then we will give you an instant score right after the sting. Can I please have the butterfly net? Thank you, Andrew. We are not taking any chances. I think you know full well just how unbelievable it was that we were able to get one warrior wasp. If this wasp gets away, that's all she wrote. We won't have a video. So I'm going to use this butterfly net as a bit of a safety net to make sure we get the warrior wasp in a good hold. Okay, and then we're not gonna take much time, guys. These warrior wasps are very strong for their size, and they can easily get away. So I'm gonna get it in the forceps. I'm gonna put out this arm, and we're gonna take the sting. Camera's rolling, camera's ready.
We're rolling.
This is a one and done. Here we go. Man, I'm getting nervous now. It's like hitting me. Like right now when I'm getting the insect into the forceps, my brain knows that it's about to be sting zone time, and I'm about to enter a world of pain. Okay, let's see if I can get a grip in here. Give it one chance, it will fly away without hesitation. Okay. Okay, I don't have a good hold. Can you come and open this, Andrew? Open the bag. I have an idea of how I can do this. There's another set of forceps at the top of this. Thank you. Okay. I feel like I'm It's like a game of Operation. Now she's biting these forceps. Let go. Got the hold. This wasp is so impressive, so aggressive looking. Look at those mandibles. Those are some jaws. I have a feeling this isn't just gonna be a sting test. I'm gonna get chomped in the process, so we're gonna factor that into the score. Look at those wings go. I can feel the air coming off of them. This is a very strong wasp. It's gonna score some major points in the intimidation factor. Here we go, transferring. All right, it's officially time to put the warrior wasp on the Brave Wilderness BSI, the Bite Sting Index. I'm gonna get stung right there. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is gonna happen right away. All right, you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. It's stinging me, you see that? Wow. Stinger's in, it's pumping me. I'm getting bit. Let go. It's not gonna let go. It stung me again. I can't get him off. Ow. Dang. Oh, hang on, guys. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe how bad the bite was. All right, I think we've seen enough. I can tell you what, that is a serious sting, but man, that bite was for real. I'm gonna have to factor that in for sure to the pain score. I did not expect that. Holy cow. The warrior wasp, this insect means business. I'm gonna get through the aftermath, but you get to jump ahead. Let's give the warrior wasp an official ranking on the Bite Sting Index. Here it goes. On intimidation, the warrior wasp looks downright menacing. Its impressive size and appearance screams, "Don't mess with me, I pack a punch." Plus, knowing that this is ranked as one of the 4 worst insect stings on the planet, similar to the likes of the bullet ant and tarantula hawk, definitely made me nervous to take this sting. So for that, I give it a 7 out of 10. For pain, the sting lives up to the hype, which delivered immediate burning pain right through my arm. On top of that, it also packed a nasty bite, which was much worse than I expected, adding to the intensity of the pain that I felt. So for all that combined, I give it a 7.9 out of 10. For aftermath, the warrior wasp left me with major swelling and redness for multiple days, and was very tender to the touch. Now, while it was painful, it still fell short of the bone-crushing aftermath from the bullet ant. So for that, I only give it a 7.5 out of 10. All combined, the warrior wasp ranks at a 7.5 out of 10 on the Brave Wilderness BSI, which places it in some seriously painful company, at least for now. One of the things I almost see in every single comment section is, "Mark, when are you going to take a sting like Coyote?" Well, truth be told, I do get stung by quite a few things on our adventures. But one of the things we have not featured yet that I'm stung by all the time is, of course, the jellyfish. I'm hearing a lot of bad information out there about how to treat a jellyfish sting and what the sting is actually doing. So when I decided that we were gonna make this video, I was like, what jellyfish should I get stung by? A little tiny one out on a reef? Oh no, I need to go big. We're talking the baddest, the terror of the ocean, the Portuguese. That one. Yes, that's exactly what we're looking for today. Now, when the wind blows a certain direction, the Portuguese Man O War will actually wash up on the beaches here in Florida, sometimes by the hundreds. Actually, I think I see one right up there. Oh, all right, here we go. Those are 2 pretty good looking Man O War right there. Woo! Careful guys, don't want to get hit by, woo, that is dangerous. If I get whipped by that, we're gonna get stung way sooner than I want to. So everyone knows this is the end for them. When they wash up on the beach here, they will unfortunately dry out, and that's kind of it, circle of life. So the fact that we're taking these 2 today for our experiment is totally a good use for their end of life. And boy, do they look beautiful, but sometimes with beauty comes pain, and this is a super painful jar. All right, let's head up out of the wind and take a closer look. I remember these tables, except all of the shoots before this one, I was on the other side of the camera, so yeah, this is a little bit different than I'm used to. In this bucket, we have a variety of different sting remedies. Some of them good, some of them not so good. And that's the reason why I wanted to make this video in the first place. Let's talk about the organism, the creature, the Portuguese. Are we gonna do that every time? The Portuguese Man O War. Although it looks like one, the Portuguese Man O War is not actually a jellyfish. It is a siphonophore. Unlike a jellyfish, which can survive on their own, siphonophores are a group of colonized organisms made up of cloned cells. Each group are responsible for specific tasks to keep the Man O War alive. Some cells form the float, which suspend the organism on the water's surface and create a sail to move with the wind. Others are responsible for hunting prey, and this is where we meet the venom-filled nematocyst. These small but potent cells cover the Man O War's stinging tentacles by the thousands, and within each is a spiral-shaped barb which literally blasts out when making contact with its victim. When these barbs penetrate the skin, they release a cocktail of enzymes very similar to snake venom. These enzymes are designed to incapacitate prey, and in my case, will cause instantaneous pain. This animal is notorious for its sting. In fact, it stings thousands of people here in the state of Florida every single year. I luckily have never taken a sting until now. Time for me to take 2 stings from the Portuguese Man O War. In order to compare the effectiveness of the most famous remedies for being stung by a Man O War, today I'll be taking 2 stings, side by side on the same arm. One of them to be treated with urine, the controversial yet universally accepted cure to all marine creature stings, and on the other, I will spray white vinegar, the suggested first aid from a University of Hawaii research article. Then, while enduring the venom from both stings, I will attempt to describe which of these 2 remedies relieves my pain the best. 2 sting sites, 2 different antidotes. Which one works the best? You're about to find out. Please do not attempt to do what I'm doing here today. Oh gosh, I'm so nervous I can't even get a hold of it. Okay guys, I think I got it. You ready? Ready. Okay, here we go. About to take, oh God, that looks horrible. Whew, man, I'm getting nervous. Here we go. About to take 2 stings from the Portuguese Man O War. You guys get your shots ready because this is only gonna happen one time. Terror of the ocean, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ah, yep, it's getting me. Oh yeah, I can feel it. Ah, ooh, that's like electric. Yeah, that's 1. Wow, it burns right away, okay. Second sting, I gotta do this fast before that gets too bad. Ready, guys, ready? All right, 1, 2, second sting, 3. Ah, yep. Oh, man, that one nailed me. Oh. Okay, yep. So, instant, almost tingly, electrical feeling sting. A lot different than a bee sting or a wasp. Oh man, those are really getting in there. I can feel it now. Now, likely there are still hundreds of nematocysts that are, oh yeah, they are erupting as I'm talking to you right now. I can feel them individually firing, like pow, 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 like a series of bullets going into my skin. Woo, yeah. Yeah, you can see it getting red on both sites now. Sting site 1 up here at the top, sting site 2 down here at the bottom. I can actually see remnants from the tentacles, and those likely have many nematocysts in them. And it is getting worse and worse with every second. Oh man, this is bad. You do not want to get stung by a Portuguese Man O War. If I were a fish right now, I'd be in big trouble. In fact, I would likely already be in complete paralysis, and this Man O War would be reeling me in for dinner. Okay, let the healing begin, as they say. All right, there's 2 steps to this. 1, spray on the agent. 2, use a plastic card because you want to scrape off as many of those nematocysts that have yet to explode as you can. First sight, vinegar. Here we go. Okay. Oh yeah, smells like vinegar. Now the one I'm dreading. Gross. This is so disgusting. This is so nasty. All right, you guys are a little downwind, so you might want to prepare to duck and cover. All right, here we go. Oh man, I don't want to splash my face. Oh, it stinks. Oh, okay, that's enough. Scraping off those active nematocysts is certainly part of the equation, so you don't want to forget that step. I can actually see my skin pulsing. You guys can see my skin going up and down there. All the nerves in my arm right now are probably just screaming like, ah, intruder, we have venom. I feel so much better already. It feels like I'm on the road to healing. Man, it still burns though. So now it's just more of the burning. Okay, yeah, I think I'm ready to make a declaration of sorts at this point. Vinegar, not only more sanitary, but definitely wins the contest. This is by far the least of the two when it comes to pain. The urine site, not only is it absolutely disgusting, but it definitely burns a little worse. And I could definitely feel a distinction between the two. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it. Vinegar is the definitive antidote that you want to use if you want to neutralize stinging cells on your skin. Urine, not your best friend when it comes to a jellyfish sting or a man o' war sting for that matter. And there is one last step that will truly alleviate the pain symptoms that I'm feeling in my arm. Good old-fashioned hot water. The reason hot water is the ultimate antidote to a man o' war sting is because the heat from the water will actually denature the proteins in the venom, rendering them inert, completely harmless. And then it's just up to my body and my immune system to do the cleanup work, and I'll be as good as new. Oh my gosh, guys, I've never had a hot compress feel so good. Like immediate relief. And I hope everybody watching not only enjoyed this little experiment, but learned something to take home with you. Don't use urine, use vinegar to treat jellyfish stings or man o' war stings. And at the end of the day, hot compress is going to be your real solution. While I did experience slight discomfort for the next few hours, the scrape and heat treatment reduced my pain to that of a mild sunburn. And by the next day, nearly all signs of redness had vanished and I was as good as new. So next time you're on the beach and you see a man o' war, avoid it. But just in case you don't, some white vinegar and a hot compress seem to do the trick. So yeah, you should leave your pee in the toilet. And if you want to learn more about what's going on here, we do have the article from the University of Hawaii in the description. There's more science, there's more facts in there we weren't able to cover this afternoon. But I do wish you the good fortune to never encounter a man o' war for yourself so you can avoid a sting like this. I'm Mark Vins, be brave. Stay away from man o' war. We'll see you on the next adventure. All right, go ahead. Cue the music one more time. Welcome back to Guadalupe, Mexico, the site of our very first great white shark encounters. Aboard the Socorro Vortex, we traveled over 175 miles to this prehistoric island in hopes of getting up close with the world's largest predatory shark. Here we go! And as millions of you witnessed, that's exactly what we did. But what if I were to tell you that we really didn't come all of this way for an ordinary shark cage adventure? What if I were to tell you the real reason we came this far was to embark on the single most daring mission we've ever attempted? Today, I will take you even closer to the most famous set of jaws on Earth in a one-of-a-kind shark cage submarine. By now, I'm sure everyone watching this video has at least seen images of a great white shark before. But have you ever seen a Spock? Probably not, because this self-propelled ocean cage is highly experimental and can only be piloted by one of two people in the entire world. Now, the sharks will let us get close in this, or are they gonna get close to us?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
Meet Eric Higuera, our pilot for today's mission, and a world-renowned marine biologist and ocean photographer. So no matter what, we're not gonna sink.
Well, that could be the second step.
That's not what I wanted to hear. Eric, I want you to say, yeah, we're not gonna sink.
You are in charge of monitoring your own air supply system. I won't be able to monitor that. If you run out of air, it's gonna be your fault.
You're probably asking yourself, or maybe even yelling at your screen, why are you putting yourself in this situation? Well, what we know of these mysterious creatures has been limited to years of topside observation, cage diving, and the infrequent free dive experiences that only a few have lived to speak of. So this vehicle truly represents an evolution in our understanding of the world's most famous shark, which is also perhaps the world's most famous animal. All right, so we had our debriefing with Eric on the self-propelled ocean cage, AKA Spock, and I have to say, I am so excited to get out there and in the water in this research vehicle. This is going to be probably one of the most unique experiences you could have with great white sharks in a safe way, without free diving. I mean, certainly someday I'd love to have the opportunity to free dive with great white sharks, but this is about as close as you're gonna get here in Guadalupe. And now all we need to do is go get suited up, get our cameras ready, and get out there for some action. As if this activity in of itself wasn't dangerous enough, the technical nature of this dive was also quite daunting. I would need to wear a full face regulator in order to maybe have communication with the pilot. However, underwater comms are notoriously unreliable. I would also be wearing a pony bottle BC in the case of an emergency bailout, in which I would need to rip off my full face reg to use it. Not ideal. Additionally, I would be wearing nearly 30 pounds of weight without fins, and I would sink like a rock 1 foot outside the confines of the cage. Oh, and did I mention this was an experimental craft? The connections and critical mechanisms were all exposed and at risk of damage from the divers. If I were to kick one accidentally, it could prove catastrophic.
Eric is in the Spock. I'm about to get in the Spock, and then we're about to go get up close.
Okay, Eric, I'm to get in.
Okay, here we go, guys. See ya.
This was potentially the most dangerous step of the day, and potentially of my entire life. Jump in, and miss grabbing the cage, you sink. Fast. This was a one-shot deal, a no-miss scenario. This wasn't just water, it might as well have been looking off a 50-story skyscraper. This was it. Whew. As soon as I got hold of the bar, I pulled myself into the cage. And what had seemed roomy on the deck had suddenly shrunk, and there was barely any room to move.
All right, I'm all set. Ready to go.
But what was worse, my headset was silent. The communications had already failed. Eric and I would rely solely on hand signals for the entirety of the dive. In a way, I was now completely on my own. Once settled and breathing normally, I set the cameras and gave Eric the signal to launch. In an instant, we were off. The rush of water pressing against me as we glided below the boat was much more intense than I expected. Great, another obstacle. After adapting to these new sensations, the environment came into view. Clear and brilliant blues to my sides and above, with a dark, ominous floor below, which wasn't really a floor at all. Instead, literally thousands of feet of water. The sharks were all around us, yet none of them were in sight. So we began our descent in hopes of meeting a great white shark face to face. Eric zipped the Spock up and down, checking different depths for shadows and signs of movement. The thermoclines, or temperature layers, were dramatic. Each dive down would zap us with freezing cold water, and the light would retreat right along with it. It was very dark below 60 feet, a perfect environment for these sharks, as they have adapted retinas that are actually split, one part suited for surface light and one part adapted for darkness. And while we certainly require wetsuits to regulate our body temperatures to keep from hypothermia, the sharks are able to regulate their bodies all on their own. We had been looking for nearly 25 minutes without a single sign of a shark. But then, I saw a shadow to my right. It was big. I signaled to Eric to turn starboard, and as soon as he did, a great white swam into view. I should have been alarmed, the way it seemed to appear from nowhere. However, with my camera rolling, I was thrilled to feel our speed increase to keep up with the predator. I couldn't risk missing the shot. The shark easily outflanked us and for a moment seemed to be gone entirely. Then it quickly doubled back and was in front of us again. However, we never really got that close. A first sighting, yes, but the shot we were after, not at all. This adventure was far from over. After the relief of getting some footage had washed over me, I was back on the lookout. Great whites can grow up to 1 ton and over 18 feet in length, and swim at speeds in excess of 30 miles an hour. Even with the spock to protect us, I couldn't help but feel completely outmatched. But who could blame me? It's not every day you find yourself in the kill zone, a favorite hunting ground of the great white. Again, we dashed around the grounds. Only sardines and other fish came into view. And after 45 minutes, I began to think that was it. That was as close as we were going to get. When then, Eric suddenly turned. He must have seen something I hadn't. I knew we were near the boat, but I wasn't quite sure how close. And then I saw the shark. It was swimming straight for us. All I could do was breathe and keep my camera as steady as possible. This was it. The encounter of a lifetime. Time slowed in that moment, and as the shark moved and swam back around for an even closer look, the fact that I was being observed and calculated by this creature was unmistakable. A real connection between myself and the shark that I've been dreaming to meet had finally happened. As it turned and swam away, a sense of relief came over me. I was ready to be back on the boat, but I wanted to tell everyone the tale of how obvious and beneficial vessels like the Spock would be for revealing the true nature of this misunderstood species. I certainly would be walking away today with a brand new perspective that I never thought possible. Woo! We got really close to a shark. That was awesome. That was the shot we needed. So much more intense than I thought it was going to be. Just give me a second. I need to absorb the fact that I'm back on the boat. Wow, what an experience. Getting to be in the realm of the great white shark in a shark cage submersible. Are you kidding me? That was the coolest thing I've ever done. The water viz got pretty bad at the end, but we did get to see some great white sharks up close. In fact, that last one I thought was gonna hit the camera. Huge thank you to the Socorro Vortex and all the crew that helped us out today. A special thanks to Eric for captaining the Spock and keeping me safe so I get those up close shots for everybody at home. I hope you guys love this episode as much as I did. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a second of the action ahead on Blue Wilderness. I'm Mark Vins. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next dive. All right, I'm gonna go warm up and dry off. As the boat departed back from the mainland, I couldn't help but be grateful for all that took place these last few days in Guadalupe. I knew I would be back. When? I don't really know. For another round in the Spock? Probably not. I won't lie. That was pretty crazy. Sorry, Mom. Over the years, Brave Wilderness has shown you some pretty strange oddities of the animal world. We've seen tiny anteaters, worms that bite, worms that aren't even worms at all. How about those giant salamanders? And we've even shown you frogs with transparent skin. But the one I'm going to show you today is both bizarre in appearance and has one of the weirdest traits I've ever heard of. Or should I say smelled of? Get your popcorn ready. This one is unbelievable. What's going on, everybody? I'm Mark Vins, and welcome back for another adventure here at the Wildlife HQ in Sunshine Coast, Australia. And we're here again today with Sue. And Sue, I see you have some bananas that we're going to use to feature our next guest.
Yes, this is his favorite food, but most people have probably never heard of his species before.
Okay, and what is his species?
So they're known as a binturong, or their common name is a bear cat, but they're not a bear and they're not a cat.
Okay, cool. I like the name bear cat. That's already piqued my interest right there. I'm gonna use a GoPro to try to see how close I can actually get, but you feel good about this?
Yes, let's go.
Okay, let's go find a bear cat.
To encounter a bear cat in the wild is extremely rare, as they have become vulnerable and even endangered in much of their natural range in Southeast Asia. This is unfortunately due to poaching and habitat loss.
Looks like Sari has caught wind of the bananas.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good here. He's having a big stretch. Come on.
Are bear cats traditionally a nocturnal species?
Mostly nocturnal, so not strictly, but mostly.
Okay. This bear cat reminds me of a wolverine. And the wolverine we've worked with in Alaska was not nearly this calm. So I'm hoping that Sari stays in this demeanor for the entirety of this episode.
He's actually a gentle giant.
Okay, good. They definitely look a little bit intimidating, I will say. Look at those claws.
Check out that big tail. His tail is actually fully prehensile and he can suspend his whole weight by the very tip of his tail.
Wow, look at this. Hey, Sari. Hi. Look at that. Yum. Yum. Oh, yeah. How's that? That's just how, ooh, ugh. That's how I eat a banana. You are slobbering all over me. But thank you for coming down to hang out. You are very interesting. Oh, look at that claw. Look at, wants another bite. Oh my goodness. So I'm able to get a good look at these claws and they are razor sharp, no doubt for climbing trees. But the pads are almost like a bear. I could definitely see why they get the name bear cat. Not only are they absolutely covered in this fluffy mane, but also their claws and pads are just like a black bear. Look at you, hi, how's it going? And you can see the cat comes from the whiskers.
So to clear things up, let's talk about this name bear cat. While possessing bear-like feet and cat-like whiskers, a binturong is not related to a bear or a cat. In fact, its family, Viveridae, contains many other unusual small to medium-sized mammals, like the civet. But this omnivorous bear cat is the largest, and although it looks an awful lot like a wolverine or a badger, it's not closely related to them either.
Now, how old will a bear cat live?
So up to about 25 years.
Okay, and how old is Sari, if you don't mind me asking? Is that rude? Is that rude, Sari?
I'm sure he doesn't mind. He's about 11 years old.
Okay, so the coloration, whoa, whoa, whoa. You see, we got a little bit more left. Oh my gosh. So the coloration in the fur, that has nothing to do with age.
It doesn't, no. And they can vary in color depending on what region they're found. So they can be really gray right through to the black.
Very cool.
Now, while the hair does keep the bear cat warm, it also doubles as a natural raincoat, keeping this arboreal species dry up in the treetops.
All right, we've got one last little piece, Sari. This is gonna be it. This is the outro. You ready? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with this bear cat as much as I did today. Thank you, Sue, so much. If you guys are ever in the Sunshine Coast of Australia, say hello to our friend, the bear cat, Sari. You won't be disappointed. I'm Mark Vins. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure. All right, see you, Sari.
Hey, just quiet, real quick. Hey guys.
We're about to leave and then I saw this. That's not rain, it's pee. And it smells just like popcorn. Oh my gosh. It's like all around us. I cannot believe that. If you told me, hey, somebody's got a fresh bag of popcorn ready, I would believe you right now. Holy smokes. All right, banana drop, I'm out.
Never in my wildest dreams did I ever imagine feeding a bear cat. And who knew they liked bananas so much? But boy, the shocker of the century had to be this animal's unique and oddly familiar scent. While bear cats always smell subtly like corn chips because of their musk, their pee smells just like buttered popcorn. Not kind of like it, or somewhat like it, we're talking exactly like it. And this is due to the chemical compound in their urine known as 2-acetyl-1-pyrroline, which is the same chemical compound created in the popcorn popping process when sugars and amino acids interact at high temperatures. Honestly, before today, if you were to tell me any animal's urine would smell exactly like my favorite snack food, my answer would be no way. But it does. Let's just say going to the movies will never be the same. Huge thanks goes out to Australia's Wildlife HQ. We love the HQ because they are a small family-owned wildlife park run by passionate conservationists who aid in important efforts including the Queensland Koala Crusaders, a group in particular need at the moment as a result from the fires. Their support for conserving wildlife means that by paying a visit, you can both have the rare opportunity to get up close with some incredible creatures and conserve them all at the same time. And let me know if you do stop by tagging me on Instagram @RealMarkVins. I do respond to comments and would love to hear from you directly.
Minutes after filming the sting of the largest bee I've ever gone up against, I noticed something even more striking buzzing around the brush. There's a bee. There's a bee. Got him! Got him! Yes! It's a blue one! You gotta see this, oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that, it's blue. Holy cow. I think it's now turned from a sting test to a sting comparison. Just a few minutes ago, I was stung by a big black carpenter bee, which walloped me. But I didn't know they came in blue. What's your bet? Black or blue? In this video, we're going to find out which of these giant bees has the more painful sting and which of them will rate higher on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. And we're back. We have one black carpenter bee and one blue carpenter bee, the new contender. I was stung by this black carpenter bee. A broad-handed bee is another name for it. Right there, yesterday, this bee is ticked and it is going to sting the heck out of me. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow, yeah, wow. Oh, I want to get away. All right. See the venom coming out of that hole? Oh, yeah. Big bee got me. Big bee got me. And you can see in 24 hours, the swelling has expanded to cover nearly my entire forearm. You can see all that inflammation right there. Check this out, it even jiggles. Cool. But of course, as we were wrapping up yesterday, packing up all the gear, starting to film the aftermath scenes for the BSI rating of the broad-handed black carpenter bee, this new contender entered the picture. We have unlocked a new character, a blue carpenter bee. I have never seen a bee with a blue coat before. And it's not kind of blue, guys. Let's get a tight shot of this. It is really blue. We're talking sky blue coat all over the back of the bee, around the face, on the front legs, and it even has a blue iridescent shine to the wings. So, seeing that this bee is ultra colorful and aposematic, blue is a warning color, I'm thinking to myself, gosh, that black carpenter bee really packed a punch. But maybe, just maybe, the blue carpenter bee is even worse. In my mind, the bigger the bee, the bigger the sting. However, we know from all the sting tests we've done, size isn't the only factor. The potency of the venom means a lot. For example, let's take a quick look back at this small but ultra painful CowKiller. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. Oh. Ah. Wow. Yeah. Holy moly. Whew, yeah, that's one of the better ones I've taken. It is, I can already tell you right now, the swelling from this tomorrow is going to be so much worse than it is right now. And the pain the power of the venom in this bee is fresh in my mind. So does the black carpenter bee, being a bigger bee, have a more powerful sting? Or will the real BSI champ be this beautiful blue carpenter bee? There's only one way to find out, and we came a long way to get here in Borneo. So if there's ever a time for a sting off between the black and the blue carpenter bee, this is it. And with that, I think it's time to enter the sting zone once more. What do you guys say?
It's time, Mark.
Okay, let's put the black carpenter bee aside for now and really focus in on today's new entrant to the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Now, I will be grading this sting, as always, on 3 factors: intimidation, pain, aftermath. Intimidation, it's a lot smaller than the broad-handed bee from yesterday, but the pain, that's what I'm interested in. That coloration could be a warning sign, could be a signal that this bee's venom is way worse than the broad-handed bee. But they're called carpenter bees because of how they reproduce. When a female bee wants to lay an egg, she will bore into wood. They'll leave one egg behind with a ball of pollen. They are pollinators. And then that larva will hatch from the egg, eat the pollen, emerge as a bee, and the cycle continues again. But for me, the takeaway is that these bees have jaws strong enough to saw through wood. And if it bites me, I'm in for a world of hurt. The aftermath, of course, we won't know for at least a day because we've seen what this can do in a day. And I am running out of canvas. Gonna address that real quick. Typically, for a comparison, I like to do the opposite arm or maybe another spot on the arm. This forearm is completely cooked. This forearm, I just got stung by a really strange insect earlier today, and it's wreaking havoc on me already. I've already got a big goose egg here, so I don't want to mess with that experiment. So I think the only blank canvas that I have to offer for the blue carpenter bee is a little further up my sleeve. So I'm gonna take a sting right here.
Mark, you look like Popeye.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm gonna need a vacation after this trip, guys. I am getting nailed. All right. Okay. This is not gonna be good. All right, here we go. I'm gonna really try not to lose this bee. This is the only blue carpenter bee we've seen all week long. This is a rare one. All right, I'm gonna keep the net on standby. You guys ready?
We're ready, Mark.
Here we go. Oh, it woke up. Okay. Got it. Just so you guys know, I'm not hurting the bee at all by doing this. It is super tough. Oh man, see that stinger fishing already? Okay. I'm gonna have to do this quick. This bee is super slippery. That blue coat is so slippy. Okay, we got it. All right, here we go. I'm Mark Benz, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with a big blue bee. On 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah, bite me. Ah, yeah, oh, it got me. Oh, hang on, it's biting me. He's in there, he's on. Oh, yeah, yeah, oh. Ooh. Oh man. All right, someone get the net. Someone get the net. Cover him. Oh yeah, that stings. Get him back at the container. Come on, come on. Oh, it stings. God. Oh yeah. She's a biter. She's a biter. And she stings. That didn't happen yesterday. Took 2 really good stings. Multiple bites. Oh, gotta hang.
You okay, Mark?
Dude. Oh, that was so much worse on this bite and the sting than yesterday. Like,
Worse than the black bee?
I mean, she bit the heck out of me. She bit me so hard I'm bleeding. Those bees can chew through wood. She had no problem popping through my skin. Look at that, guys. I'm surprised I'm not bleeding more for how bad that hurt. Okay. Okay. You get the shot?
We got it.
Okay. I don't want to do that again. I think I'm done with carpenter bees. My arm is like, what the heck? What is going on? What are you thinking? Oh man, the venom's starting to set in too. Let's see. Stings are down below. All right, let's roll into it. Where does the big blue bee rank next to the black carpenter bee here in Borneo? Let's roll the ratings. Here we go. On intimidation, the blue bee was a bit less intimidating than its larger cousin, the black broad-handed bee. Seeing them side by side and their stingers both on the table beforehand, certainly the black bee was a lot more formidable. However, the blue bee still gets a respectable score of a 7.2 out of 10 because that vivid blue color all over its body, which in nature can be used as a warning sign of high venom potency. For pain, the blue bee delivered with a huge dose of it right to my arm. It bit and stung me multiple times and would refuse to let go even when I tried to pull it off. The pain caused by its venom wasn't as distinct as the black bee, but the bite certainly made up for it. For that, I give it a 7.8 out of 10. And for the aftermath, the blue bee left behind a cluster of bite and sting sites on my arm. The bites all healed like an ordinary wound, but the venom made things much more uncomfortable. As it healed, it was joined by an unusually intense itch, which made the bite wounds hard to leave alone. However, the swelling and redness left behind was much less than that of the black bee, so the blue bee only earns an 8.1 out of 10. Altogether, this big blue bee ranks as a 7.7 out of 10 on the Brave Wilderness BSI, falling short of the black bee overall and sliding in just below the bite of the assassin bug.
If you enjoyed that episode, make sure to search for the Brave Wilderness channel on YouTube so you can join me and the crew on our upcoming adventures.